The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. Are we bored and ruining lunch today? We kinda are. Hey y'all, it's Harriana and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Harriana and welcome back to the pirate ship, also known as Harriet's pirate ship. I am the captain. You were not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you want to know why? Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. Nobody's worthy of being the first mate. But hi, hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Harriana and I like to make content based off nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Today we are here to talk about Ruby Gillum. And I'm gonna be honest, this was a movie that I necessarily didn't really care for, mainly because I just didn't like the way it looks. And I try to be as supportive of a lot of animated projects as I can, because animation is something that I am just deeply passionate about. And it's not even just animation, it's just cartoons in general, because I deeply care for comics, I deeply care for mangas, and I'm most likely gonna start reading mangas soon because somebody told me to go over there and read them. But before we get into my thoughts and opinions about why I personally have no interest in the Ruby Gillum film, along with some other things that I need to point out that I noticed when it came to this movie and its relation to Disney's The Little Mermaid, we have a sponsor today. Today's video is actually sponsored by Dossier. If you remember last summer, Dossier had my back. One thing a lot of people know about me is that I like to smell nice. I like to smell good. I literally was that girl up in middle school and high school, always up in Bath and Body Works, and those things were fairly affordable. But now that I am older and I actually work now, I have started to buy more, expensive fragrances, the stuff that the big girls be wearing. But mind you, that a lot of those things are extremely expensive, running into like 80, 90, 100, over $100 sometimes, because I have a lot of fragrances that are over $100. But they also give you these really big sizes, because I've had fragrances for years and still have not used them up. When it comes to Dossier, not only do you get to save money, but also you're basically getting the exact same thing but for a much lower price, and the quality is up to par, okay? They are not gonna be cheating y'all, okay? And Dossier actually sent me another one. They sent me another one because I have used it up quite a bit, of my favorite called Fruity Almond. One thing about me is that I like to pair my fragrances with the cosplays that I wear, because y'all know that I cosplay. And a lot of the female characters that I cosplay, I feel like they would smell like this. And the notes on it are almond and peach. The middle notes are orange blossom, and turbo. And the base notes are tonka bean, vanilla, and cocoa. One thing about me is that I'm very big on vanilla-y scents and then also fruity scents. And this one right here is perfect for me because I was like almond, but then when I just took a sniff of it, let me spray this actually. I adore it. I love it. I wear it literally so much. I have like a good 3 perfumes that I wear in rotation, and this is one of them. And also a lot of the other perfumes that I have just as well from Dossier are extremely up to par. So you want to be smelling good, but don't be wanting to break your freaking wallet because you want to smell nice, I highly recommend going to Dossier. Now let's go ahead and continue with today's video. As we smell good, we literally smell like fruity almond now. I have some thoughts and opinions about Ruby Gillum because there was a lot of controversy that shouldn't have been controversy, low-key in my opinion, that surrounds this film. But the main reason that I noticed when it comes to Ruby Gillum is that people were using this movie as a way to hate on Disney's live action The Little Mermaid, which one was honestly, it's not really a surprise because DreamWorks often does things like that when it comes to Disney projects. We're like, oh yeah, we're gonna take this character and play around with them, because it's literally not their first time that they have made fun of the character Ariel, because they did it in Shrek 2. Shrek 2 literally is the only Shrek movie I'm like, I will go ahead and put that out there, okay? Go ahead and bite me. But Ruby Gillum, in my opinion, when I just saw like the pictures of it, I wasn't necessarily interested in it, mainly because it's beyond like the character designs. I just personally didn't like what the characters were wearing. I don't know, the style of it just wasn't for me, and that's okay. but I wasn't gonna sit here and just hate on the film. But something odd really happened when it came to this movie that put me and a lot of people away from this film overall, to the point where we legit don't even want to support it or go and see it. And I do feel like this is a film that really does need the support right now because it's flopping really hard. But I'm gonna be honest, it's not our fault why it's flopping hard. It's y'all. And when I say y'all, here's what we're talking about. As we understand that there was a lot of controversy surrounding the live action Disney Little Mermaid, unfortunately, because they casted the beautiful, the talented Halle Bailey to be Ariel. And as we know, that Halle is a black woman. Also, keep in mind that Ariel's race has nothing to do with her character. So people were using Ruby Gillum as a way to throw down the Little Mermaid. And mind you, that the Little Mermaid is performing well. The merchandise is selling well. People are still going to see it in the movies. They're actually going to rewatch it live. It is talked about heavily on social media. There is so much fan art for this film. There's a lot going on for it. And then on top of the fact that it's also getting a Disney Junior show just as well. And we love that. I am super duper happy for this Little Mermaid resurgence with the black Ariel. This is something that I would have loved when I was a little girl. But moving from the positives of that, Ruby Gillum was used as a way from not, I really would say, DreamWorks. I feel like it was kind of like bad timing and bad marketing on DreamWorks' end, but it was a lot of people using really Ruby Gillum as a way to, you know, act as if this movie was gonna win, act as if this movie was better than the Disney's Little Mermaid, act as if the Little Mermaid was going to flop at the box office, and this is what's going to be the hot mermaid movie of the summer. Because as you guys know, if you've seen any kind of promotion of Ruby Gillum, you would know that there is a character in this film that looks a lot like a modern day version of Ariel. And when I say modern day version, I mean she's like dressed how we would dress, like, because you know the Little Mermaid take place in the wee times in the back in the day. I don't know what century it was, but she's dressed like how she is now, but she still has that fire truck hair, and she resembles Ariel a lot. People were using that character specifically as a way of talking about this is the real Ariel. This is not a third. First of all, she's not Ariel. This is not Disney. This is freaking DreamWorks. But it put a lot of people's a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because so many people were constantly using the Ruby Gillum film as to throw down on the Little Mermaid. And that's the reason why when we saw that Ruby Gillum was flopping at the box office, they didn't necessarily care. Because I was like, I'm sorry, but every time I look at this film, I see that character, I think about how y'all constantly used it as a way to just tear down a black woman and hate on the black woman. But you want to know the funny thing about Ruby Gillum? Is that it just goes to show you how a lot of these people that do things like this, they don't show up, they don't show out. Because all these people that were sitting here and saying that Ruby Gillum was gonna top Disney's The Little Mermaid, they didn't even go see the movie. Where was y'all? I thought this was y'all movie. I thought this is what you wanted to see. Go watch it then. You have your film. The girl that looked like Ariel, you have her. Go see it in the movie theater. You got what you wanted. Why are you not going to support it? It just goes to show you that a lot of the things that people be talking about, they don't necessarily freaking care about them. Because I noticed that so much of the things that people be using as like ways to hate on other things, they don't necessarily go out and watch those said things. There are countless times where I have seen this be done. It just kind of reminds me of that thing where people be talking about, y'all talk about something on social media, but y'all don't actually go out and support that thing. Like if an artist goes viral on social media talking about, hey, I'm not getting the support, this and that and the third, and then next thing you know, they're still not getting the support. They just got like attention for like 3 weeks max, and then next thing you know, they just kind of like fade back into obscurity. I feel like that's literally what's going on with this, but the animation form just as well. It also just kind of reminds me of so many other things where people are like, this is going to be the next top thing, this is going to be this and that and the third, and then next thing you know, nobody talks about it. Because I can even say that about Do Revenge. A lot of people were talking about how Do Revenge is literally like, oh my god, teen movies, teen high school films like this, campy movies are coming back, and then next thing you know, we barely have anything that is equivalent to that, and it just kind of faded back into obscurity. And I also feel like it's because we just haven't had anything else like it. It's just interesting. I'd say. And it's just frustrating because I was like, it's not our fault that we didn't want to go see Ruby Gillman. It's y'all. First of all, y'all were the ones that made us not want to see this movie. But second of all, y'all didn't even get up and go to the movie theater yourself to go support this movie that you said that you were so supportive of in a way to hate on a black woman. That's what I just don't get about this entire thing. But it just goes to show you, like, do you guys actually care about animation, or do you just want to find something new to complain about? Because that's honestly what it's doing at this point. You're finding new things to complain about. Because I actually was talking about this with one of my friends the other day, where I was like, since when did all of y'all like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, I have never ever seen this much discourse about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles until it had to do with the new design for April O'Neil, where they gave her locks and that she was plus size. There's a lot of black feminine presenting people that look like that, and they deserve to be represented in our media just as well. It's just something to think about. Because I'm just like, do you guys just want attention? Are you guys just talking and going off about whatever? Are you guys actually going to sit here and do what you're going to do? Because one thing I can say that a lot of people actually put their money where their mouth is has to do with HBO's The Idol. A whole bunch of people did not stand up and show up for that show. I am glad. I am one of those people. Mind you, I have my beef with Sam Levinson because I think Euphoria is trash, even though it has its highlights. Malcolm and Marie was trash, even though it has its highlights. And I think Assassination Nation is a terrible movie. While mind you that Sam Levinson, in my opinion, I feel like for the longest, so many of his films are kind of seen with this confusing gaze that many people get over them because it's just like, okay, it looks beautiful, it looks nice, the sound is great, the fashion is top tier, but also at the same time that writing ain't there, the story is not storying, the subject and verbs are not agreeing. But here, I feel like with The Idol, it has gotten to the point where people are finally putting the way it looks aside and are like, yeah, this ain't it. And I think we actually just need to stop entertaining this man and his works. You see, like, actually putting your money where your mouth is actually works, because I've noticed that, like, The Idol was really making no noise. That there were still people that were sitting here and actually going and watching it and hate watching it. Because that's one thing I noticed is that y'all be more likely to hate watch something instead of watching something you'd actually enjoy. Because a lot of y'all that was literally over here pitting Ruby Gillman against The Little Mermaid, you may have actually enjoyed the movie, but you didn't know because you didn't actually go see it because you didn't care about it. You didn't care. It's funny how, like, y'all didn't care about animation until it was time to, like, bring a black woman down. I don't get that. But when it came to, like, Sam Levinson and The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp, just that show, The Idol, people actually were putting their money where their mouth was and they weren't watching it. Because mind you, Euphoria, part of the reason why I got a season 3 is because many of us, myself included, we were seated every single week because of this phenomenon that the show was. I just want to make it clear that I am not watching Euphoria season 3, by the way. It's just, I was thinking about it, like, after season 2 ended, because yeah, the rush was there, but it's just, The Idol has just shown that Sam Levinson has not improved as a writer, nor does he want to get help with his productions. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And mind you, I have been watching this man's productions for years, and I think I'm just fed up and I no longer want to do it. I don't want to entertain it. I always say this thing that Sam Levinson and Thomas Ashbrook mirror each other, because I barely even watch Miraculous Ladybug anymore because I'm just tired of entertaining that man. It's obvious that it's not going to get better, and it's just no point anymore. And with The Idol, it's just, I feel like it's going to be like what we see that The Idol is. I feel like that's going to be Euphoria season 3, because for people who don't know, the Euphoria season 3 is going to be a time jump. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 5 years into the future from the last time, and I was like, ooh, no, y'all can keep that, keep it in the drafts. I will not be seated. You gonna watch season 3 of Euphoria, go have fun. I won't be there. The vibes, and they're not on. The vibes can't even save the series for me no more. And the reason this show doing a time jump just kind of scared me so much, because The Idol, from the disaster that was, I was like, if Euphoria is going to be exactly like that show, I'm not watching it. And honestly, there's a lot of similarities between The Idol and Euphoria anyway. And I'm gonna be honest, Euphoria is a show that's just not good on my mental health. I'm somebody that already deals with a lot, and that show wasn't making me feel no better. Yeah, my time with this series it has just come to a close. I do appreciate the great that it is done for like fashion and stuff like that, even though there were some outfit choices that I did not agree with. But I'm just kind of, no, I don't want to, I am no longer watching Sam Levinson productions. No. We literally were just here because we know these characters are messy, but also we were watching it because we like the music, we like the overall aesthetic, we like the way the characters dress, we like the makeup looks. Because Euphoria, one thing about it is that so many people loved it because they just tuned in to see what the new outfits were going to be. I'm gonna be honest, the main reason I was watching it is because I was really interested in seeing what Maddie was going to do next with her hair and makeup, and also I really was starting to like Lexi's outfits too, just as well. The way something looks really can depict on if more people are going to keep tuning in. But when it came to the Idol, a lot of people just kind of weren't even doing that. They weren't even just tuning in to see how it looks, because I don't even think a lot of people really liked the way the Idol looked anyway, because a lot of people were talking about how the fashion wasn't even given. And I agree from some of the things that I've seen. Mind you that I didn't care to watch it. I'm not watching it. I'm not stepping over there. It's just something to think about, because I was just like, even though the Idol people did put their money where their mouth is, there still were people there that went out and hate watched it. And then with Rudy Gillum, I noticed that when it came to hate watching, nobody really did that for this film, because I know a lot of people were talking about how they felt as if this movie was just trying to make fun of Halle's Little Mermaid. And I understand why people were coming from that perspective, but a lot of those people didn't even go watch the film. Like, they didn't. They didn't go see the movie at all. They just saw that it was flopping at the box office and just haha laughed and went on about their day. And now I understand why they did that. Also, at the same time, I just genuinely think it's sad, but I also think it's kind of like bad timing just as well, because we have two family mermaid movies coming out during the same summer, and low-key I feel like people just kind of don't want to see like the same type of thing over and over again, because people already had this one mermaid movie, The Little Mermaid, and I'm like, okay, are they actually want to go see another mermaid film? That's just another reason why I think it's not performing well. But also, it's just really sad to see that so many people worked hard on this film and so many others just aren't interested in watching it because they see that it was just used as a tactic from annoying people, as a way to just hate on the black woman. Like I said multiple times already, it's just something that I just thought about, and I was just kind of frustrated with it, and I was annoyed with it. And then Sam Levinson happened, and then I found out the Idol got cut short, and I was like, yes, y'all are putting your money where your mouth is, right there. But then also over here, I'm like, y'all didn't show up. It's just something to think about. But that's just pretty much all the thoughts and opinions that I have for today's video. Pretty short one. I didn't really have much to say, as this was just kind of like my thoughts and opinions on it. Thank you again, Dossier, for sponsoring today's video. Fruity Almond literally is my favorite scent, okay? My favorite scent. This is the Ariana Dossier scent, okay? If you guys are interested in Dossier, I will have the link down below and all that great information. The new volume of my zine, the Style Queen zine, is actually on my website now. Go ahead and get that. And also the new episode of my podcast is up just as well too. Both of those things are free. I have Patreon, you guys would like to donate. I also have Ko-fi if you guys would like to donate that way too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I have a lot of fun things that I have planned. I'm gonna be super busy the month of July, so I am still trying my best to get here through YouTube. Mind you, I am running off of a Red Bull right now because I was like, I need to get stuff done, and the caffeine is caffeining. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day, night, or whatever time of the day that you are watching this. Goodbye.